Hello. Good morning, good evening, and good night. This is a scene for the changing venue for the living world of darkness. Right now, we're coming into Taranar, I hope it's Taranar, in a private room where Satara has already established space. She needs to speak with Tribetan, or Tribetan needs to speak with her. Actually, she's been drinking a lot, so she can't exactly remember who established the meeting or not. She just knows that she's in this private room. She's escaped her courtly duties for the moment, and she's just kind of slouching against a lounge chair, a cup full of brandy, or it was full of brandy. Where's brandy? Yeah, no more brandy. And she's just kind of waiting.
Quietly, Treventon will slip into the room, close and lock the door behind him. He is dressed as he always is, top hat and everything, smoking a cigarette.
Tara's in her courtly outfit as usual. She's nicely dressed, but her hair's a little disheveled. She kind of put it in a high ponytail because she's not doing very well as of late. She looks around for the decanter of brandy and hey, Tibetan. I didn't hear you. Must be something you hear a lot, right? I didn't hear you. You're quite slow. Oh, well, slower. Quiet or whatever.
Yes, I'm very quiet.
Yeah. What's up?
I've managed to manipulate things to allow me to see Octavia.
Really? Is that why you talk? I didn't see you at court.
I was at court yesterday, and Queen Mab, in her infinite wisdom, granted me an audience with Octavia. I may or may not have forced her into it.
How astute of you. This audience, it will be after the trial, I assume.
It'll be before the trial.
Before, really? That's nice. Treventon.
Yes.
I'm sorry to ask you this, but would you do me a favor? I'm vaguely remembering that I called you in for a favor anyway, right? I'm not sure. I don't remember a lot.
Actually, not to take advantage of your drunken stupor, I'm the one who asked for this meeting.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks. Cool, man. Thank you for not taking advantage of what my brains are currently addled with really nicely aged brandy. I assume this is brandy, not whiskey. Could be both. Could be scotch. Wait, no, scotch works. Never mind.
At this point, doesn't matter.
Nope, doesn't matter. But yes, I have a letter for her. I've been going through many avenues of people who would find it in their better interest to adhere to my will. And I've been giving them letters to get to her. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get any back. I am positive that she's getting these letters. At least I hope so. If not, many arrangements will come to a shatter. If so, they won't be happy. In any case, I'm not getting any back. And since you have an arrangement already where you can actively get an audience with her, do you think you can get this letter to her? At least that way I know that I can fully trust you because I'm not blackmail arranging something on the, more moral stance on your behalf. Do you think you can do that?
I can do that.
She's just gonna beam, go through her pouch. She has pockets in her dress because who doesn't have pockets in a dress? Why wouldn't you? There's a bunch of space. And just pulling stuff out. They're tiny little glass bottles. You know the kind of bottles you usually get on cruises? She has a lot of those in her little pocket. All of which are empty. Yeah. Just gonna go in and she's gonna get a lot of paper. It's all nice and folded, creased, very lovely. The parchment is beautiful and there's a wax seal on it. She just hands it over to him, if he would please.
He slips into his jacket pocket.
Thank you. At least I know I can, like, I'm a trusty man. The drunken stupor that I am, completely trust you. I completely trust you sober.
I don't hear that a lot, thank you.
You're cool beans, man. Coolest of beans.
I wanted to talk to Octavia because I was considering talking to the courts to help her.
Really?
I don't know if you have heard about my political aspirations.
You're forming a motley, aren't you? Or to be on the Parliament of Dreams? No, not a motley. You're trying to get a seat on the Parliament of Dreams, right?
Yes, I have a quest to get a freehold. I already have the required number of allies.
Ooh, nice. That's cool beans, man.
I wanted to talk to her to figure out what her thought process was in following Duke Dial, to see if it was even worth sticking my neck out.
Yeah, you should ask her that.
I also wanted to ask you your point of view on Octavia.
My point of view is biased, as you can obviously see. She shows you lifting up the glass.
Yeah, well, let's just say I understand your position.
Thanks. Or I'm sorry, is the case. You can understand my position, I am very sorry.
There is someone that I love that is being held against her will.
I am sorry. In any case, my opinion, my point of view on this whole situation of her actions, of the consequences of her actions, the reason why I'm thinking so much, well, I've probably gained a kilo or 7 due to stress eating, and love makes people do crazy things. Any kind of love. Familial, romantic, even platonic love. You can and will stick your neck out for people that you care for. Even if it isn't in your interest. Even if it can and will potentially get you so much trouble. My point of view, Octavia, her actions were her own. On that, she was in a lot of pain. She was a perfect opportunity for Duke Giles' little plot. Not saying that she wasn't at fault. She was at fault. No one needed to die. It was her choice to do. But if they wouldn't have picked at the wounds that they did, if they wouldn't have... At the time, she wasn't herself, I think. She was so upset. They wouldn't have considered her using that pain. She wouldn't have done it. Yes, she had a choice, but they're the ones that set the plan in motion. And what was she going to do? Back away after she knew everything that was going to happen? If she didn't agree to it, if she didn't do what she had to do, she probably would have been dead along with the rest of them. Was she wrong? Yes. But in the end, it's her against 4 other people. And as unfortunate as that they died. I'm glad she didn't die. I'm glad I got to meet her. I got to know her. And I'm glad that she was able to give up the names of the people who were in on it. What will happen will. I'm sad about it. I am so destroyed in a sense. In grief of what's going on. But she didn't do it because she had the same sort of utter foolishness that group did. Born out of greed, and I don't even want to know what they did, what they wanted really. An initial idea, what stupidity got them to do it? All I know is Octavia, she did it, but it showed her how to. And even if she did try to go back on it, What choice did she make? She would have died, and the rest of them would have died anyway. At least she didn't do it maliciously. At least she didn't torture them before she killed them. I guess to say. I don't know. Look around. She's gonna find that decanter. Pick it up. And just pour some more.
Did she feel like her life was in jeopardy if she didn't follow their plans? Or is that your opinion of the events?
Well, that's logical reasoning. If a secret group comes up to you, and you're already so full of anger, and they kind of just be like, hey, we can help each other out. You agree to it because you're in grief. You're stupid in this moment. They tell you all these things. Slowly you're learning more than you anticipated. Your grief starts to abate. You're still very angry, but after a while, wouldn't you realize something's wrong? And then they have you do this mission. If they're willing to kill these many people to wipe out a near entire race, what'll stop them from hurting you too? It's not just my deduction, it's a logical sort of train of thought.
But if she doesn't agree to it, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. They would have found somebody else. What happened to her? She wasn't the only one that it happened to. They could have found anyone. I wish they found someone else.
You say they keep... She was in pain. What was she in pain about?
It's not my choice to make. I can't outright tell you what happened. I would... It's not... Okay. I've given you a lot of hints. I don't want to outright say it because it's not my place to tell you.
I'll ask her tomorrow when I talk to her. The bottom line is she confessed, so... Does she say that? Or is that out of game? What you just typed in there?
She doesn't say it.
Okay, so that's OOC, got it.
I mean, you can always, like, do an empathy roll and piece together little things, but she's not going to outright tell you. Her girlfriend's on trial for murder. She'll let her do that.
I'll bring it up to tomorrow in the other scene. So Tribetzin will say she confessed to the murder of 4 innocents.
Yeah, she did.
So punishment is unavoidable.
Yeah.
The only thing we can do now is try to convince the court that the punishment should be something other than death. The trick to convincing the court to not kill her and exile her and imprison her for life or whatever the other options are is to convince the court that she was somehow manipulated into doing these events.
Okay, yeah, here he is. Angel Cabrera. Address. Phone disconnected.
Yeah, you can definitely find grounds for that.
If she was, even just verbally, just held sway by Duke Guile through blackmail or anything. Something that can give her some sympathy so people see her as an individual and not a part of Duke Guile.
Mm-hmm. An individual with feelings rather than a machine who just so heartily enjoyed what she had to do.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, so we need to humanize her.
You can do that.
So when I talk to her tomorrow, I'm going to bring that up to her as well. So whatever the secret she has, she's probably best to...
It's not a secret, it's just not my business to tell.
Understandable.
answer our questions in front of a
I mean,
grand
it's not like
jury.
I got to be family or anything. This whole thing just ruined so many chances. So many opportunities we could have had. Kyle! She's gonna pick up the glass and just throw it against the wall and shatter it. Just slump. Just no.
Let me try and talk to him again.
Duke Kyle will get his.
He better. Or they'll have me on trial for murder. Slow, methodical murder. Torture. Sweet, beautiful torture.
I'm Serena Sutherland.
Just for his hatred.
Murder case. I'd like to ask
Just
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
He doesn't get instant death. He doesn't get what's coming to him. it won't be pretty. The fact that someone of high standing could do this and not get punished? No, it's
I've
no.
already spoken with Angel's mother.
You already have his little friends running away, being hog tied up, corralled like cattle, waiting for the slaughter.
Are you sure there's nothing you're willing to say, Father?
He needs to get his.
He will. I was there in the tent when we all confronted him.
I
I know
heard.
you think what you're doing is right.
He will get what's coming to him, one way or another.
He better. Is there anything else you need from me?
Requiring you to appear
No,
testimony
I
in the case of people against
I'll do whatever I can to help you.
I gotta go wash up and play what I will. You know, no one likes a sad bard, right?
No one likes a sad bard now.
We have more guests than usual today. So I have to go make sure that they're all wonderfully entertained, and who knows, maybe I'll learn some things. If you'll excuse me, Tibetan, thank you for what you're about to do, and I hope my words helped you.
I'm afraid nothing can help me with my problem at the moment, but we'll
Well,
see.
what you're asking of, Octavia, I meant that. And also, I wish you well for your love.
Yeah. Thank you. But that Tibetan immediately clams up and shuts down.
To keep a confidence,
She's gonna grab another
to respect his decision.
glass, ignoring the shattered glass all far away. She's not even gonna bother picking it up. Some Boggins will get it. She doesn't care. She's gonna go to a table that usually has food, look at it. There's a rotten apple, and pick it up, and just kind of hand it to him. You eat something. Just in case, drinking's never good on an empty stomach, right? Right.
So I'm told.
Yeah. Time to go play a bard.
I really hope you reconsider.
He's gonna leave. I'm locking the door. Just go to work. Because no one likes an unhappy bard.
Tibetan's gonna wait a couple of minutes and then get up and leave himself, taking the apple with him.
Only two people who know anything want darkness.
Shall we?
Go out there.
Alright then. We hope you enjoyed this little conversation. Enjoy the rest of your day, the evening, or your night. Till we see you again.
Freddie
Bye.
was there too.